Just give it a second. We'll restart back to the bar rooms. Okay, we should be live on this thing now. Let me bring it up. There we go. All right, folks, sorry we had some technical difficulties. Microphone wasn't working right. Hopefully you can hear it better. Did you get the new one? The new video to test the sound out?
I'm just waiting for you guys to play.
Okay. But we'll restart back to the bar room. This is Justin Mason. This is Noongrass Tuesdays. I'm your host, special guest, James Vickers here on all the different instruments and carrying me on his back. Anyway, song called Back to the Bar Rooms.
Well, the bartender knows me, he knows how you do me, and he knows why I'm back here again. He should be given a prize for station for the bartender to understand. And back to the bar room again. Now we're back to the bar room, right back to drinking again. Baby, someday you'll love me enough, stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. Now it's back to the bar room again. With the loud music roaring, the bartender pouring, my shaking legs trying to stand. When it's over and over, I try to get sober, what a failure I've been. Now I'm back to the bar room again. Now it's back to the bar room, right back to drinking again. Baby, someday you'll love me enough, stay with me, and whiskey won't be my best friend. Now it's back to the bar room again.
Back to the Bar Rooms, a song that both of us got from J.D. Crowe in the New South. This is my special guest here today, Mr. James Vickers. So James, let's switch instruments and we can have a little discussion.
You got room over here?
Yeah, yes sir, I do.
Thank you, thank you.
Folks, thank you for being here for Noongrass Tuesdays. We do this every Tuesday, and my special guest this week is a good buddy of mine. We started playing together a couple years back, and first met at the Ocoee parking lot jam out here in the western side of Florida, Orlando, western side of Orlando. And James has been, you've been at it for a long time. So tell me how you got started in picking bluegrass.
Let's see, I grew up listening to it. You know, my dad and uncle were both huge fans, and I grew up listening to a radio show Saturday mornings. When we transplanted to Central Florida.
Where were you from before?
Tallahassee.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Tallahassee.
We won't hold that against you.
I hope not. So we transplanted down here and started going to a place up a little east, I guess, of DeLand, Cascia. Had a community club up there, and that's really where I started learning about jamming and how to pick. Just 9 years old, dragging a fiddle case behind me, and it's been love ever since.
Nice. So you play all the different instruments. What did you started with fiddle? I guess you started with fiddle, and then you just decided to be great at everything. So it's a
Well, I couldn't get the knack of the fiddle, so I figured I'd try some other stuff. I played piano for a couple of years, and you can't drag one of those with you to a jam.
No.
So I picked up guitar and started playing there. I really fell in love with it, and all the old records, Doc Watson and the old Tony Rice albums, and Clarence White, a lot of those guys, and then slowly but surely started weeding in. Some friends of mine down in Polk County needed a bass player, and I'd never played bass, so they stuck one in my hands, showed me a few chords, and I became a bass player.
So you play banjo, you play guitar, you play bass, you play mandolin, anything else?
That's about it.
Piano, yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, it's a nice skill to have. So does knowing the different instruments help you when it comes to the music? Like, is it a dynamic thing that you understand better because you know all the different instruments and stuff?
It definitely helps me at least hear what's coming next. So I can hear playing guitar, rhythm guitar. I can hear where the banjo is fixing to come and put the drive to it, or when the next instrument will take its lead break. So it definitely, I would say, gives an advantage.
So if anybody was wanting to learn how to be a bluegrass picker, is there an instrument you would say to them, hey, you probably should start with this instrument first?
Fundamental is probably rhythm guitar.
Rhythm guitar?
Yeah,
Okay.
or bass. Get some timing behind you, and the rest comes with time and practice and patience.
Patience that I don't have. We're going to do a song for you. It's James and I started picking together a while back in a band called the Bridge Burners, and our buddy Cody and Bill Miller and a bunch of our friends and stuff over the years. And we realized we love a bunch of the music that we grew up on, and hopefully you'll enjoy the different songs that we do. This is one here that we got. Sorry, I'm pulling up the video again so I don't lose everything. This is one of the songs that we got from one of our favorite bands, Blue Highway. A song called Lonesome Pie. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. There's a path back in the mountains, that one-room house where I was born. Even now, memories linger. My mama smiles so soft and warm. Lonesome pine, I can hear you calling me back to my home. With a box of ham. Through the hills of rolling, lonesome pine calling It's been so long since I looked at the cat. Ain't such a well fortune fame. Late at night, when I'm alone and lonely, still hear my daddy call my name. Lonesome pine, I can hear you calling me back to my home. When the fox is out, through the hills of rolling, lonesome pine calling you. Someday soon I'm gonna travel back to the land that I love in the stillness of the mountains. I will find sweet peace and rest. Lonesome pine, I can hear calling me back to my home. Lost hand, through the hills we're rolling. Lonesome pine. That's a song called Lonesome Pine. Big fan of that, and actually the first time James and I have done that song together, so that's kind of fun. This is Noongrass Tuesdays. I'm your host, Justin Mason. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to say hello to all the people that are online watching. We really appreciate you being here. Josiah and Cody both. Hey man, how you guys both doing? Hopefully you guys will hear some stuff that you like up here. James and I thrown this set together of all the different songs that mean a lot to us and that we don't get to do all the time, and it's kind of fun when you get to break stuff like this out. And I'm a little rusty on the guitar, but or the mandolin, but when you got somebody with a guitar like that in their hands, picking it like that,
it's all the guitar.
Just hang on. This next song, as a kid, I say this when we've done it a couple times live. As a kid, you always think about like being a cowboy, as a young boy, or sitting out across the country and seeing all the different places. And I think this song, and we got it. It was on. I don't know if it's the Back to Barroom's album or if it was Lefty's Old Guitar album. If you guys don't know, Ricky Wasson, who is he now has his own band, the Ricky Wasson Band. Actually, his son Darren has his own band too, which both of them are awesome. But Ricky has such a unique voice, and he takes these story songs, and because of that unique voice, I really think it brings it to life, and I think James does a great job on this too. Story about being a hobo. I'm a hobo.
I left home when I was just 16. Country boy out to see the world. When I hopped in old freight, headed for New Orleans, and made love to a sweet southern girl. My daddy told me when I was just a boy, he said, son, you're doing your own thing. If you want to ride the race, this is what you've got to do. You'll be a hobo, but that won't mean a thing. I'm just hopping a ride on an old freight train. There ain't many towns I've seen. I'm just hopping a ride on an old freight train. I'm a hobo, but that don't mean a thing. These years of pop and praise are about to take a toll. Not the way it used to be, my bones are growing old. But if I had one wish, it would be just the same. Me running down the rails, trying to catch a train. I'm just hopping a ride on an old freight train. There ain't many towns I've seen. I'm just hopping a ride on an old freight train. I'm a hobo, but that don't mean a thing. I'm a hobo, but that don't mean a thing.
Yeah, James Vickers there with the song "I'm a Hobo."
Thank you, folks.
Special thanks again to everybody tuning on. I see James Hudson. I see Bobby Powell. If you guys see Bobby Powell's on there. If you guys don't know this band, Carolina Blue, absolutely fantastic bluegrass band. Those of you guys who love the classic style of bluegrass, this is a band that has that classic sound, has a world champion fiddle player. Bobby is just an amazing person. And again, Carolina Blue, if you haven't seen those guys yet, you need to check them out. YouTube, they got about a dozen videos on there. Absolute awesome band. So I'm glad Bobby took the time to jump on with us. Say hi to Clarence. Clarence is on here.
Hey, Clarence.
Bunch of our buddies and friends. Joe Beth, good to see you on there. Anyway, we're going to continue on. Now, this song right here, I've not done before, but when you have a guitar player like James, and you kind of put him to the work. So, when you started learning guitar, did you have like a favorite picker or two that you kind of wanted to not idolize, but kind of take some stuff from?
In my early days, before I found some more, I guess you'd say, modern flat pickers, one of the best I heard was Doc Watson.
Yes,
And, of course, for flat picking, Doc is really where a lot of my guitar playing started.
Mm-hmm.
And then trying to mix that between guys like George Shuffler and Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, all these phenomenal guitar players. And then in later years, I found the Tony Rice. And so I started listening to Church Street Blues and all those albums that he put out, and just was blown away by the amount of talent and just never-ending skill that he has on a guitar.
So how about the newer guitar players? You got any favorites of guys who are currently out there?
Oh, yeah. I like Brian Sutton pretty good.
Yeah, Brian's awesome. Yeah.
Just a beast.
Yeah. All right, so when you talk about Tony, so again, I really wanted to try this song out. We've only tried it a couple times around other friends, and I've never tried to sing it before, so bear with me. I just want you to see James is a fantastic guitar player, and hopefully enjoy his version of Blue Railroad Train. Makes me feel so doggone good to listen to the old school tag. Coming back again, let me hear the whistle blow. Taking the sun, leaving the rain, oh I hate to see it go. Well, Blue Railroad Train, leaving me far behind. Get me back to good old days that we ramble down the line. Well, Blue Railroad Train, leaving me here alone. Treat me good, you treat me bad, making me think of home. Well, I've got the blues, and I'm on for some company. Many miles from where I am, you're the only one for me. Well, it's lonely here. I'm waiting for the man at the fence. All that is, here is kind, nothing left to be scared. Well, Blue Railroad Train, you're a good old pal to me. Take me if you wanna go, get temptation free. Take us home, James. James Vickers, the Blue Railroad Train. Hopefully you enjoyed that. This is Noongrass Tuesdays. Thank you all for being here. I'm your host, Justin Mason, good buddy of mine, fantastic guitar player, banjo player, mandolin player, about everything. Mr. James Vickers here. I forget what's next on the list
I
here.
think I'm back to banjo. Yeah.
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 Wardrobe change.
Keep them talking there.
Yeah. Folks, if you enjoyed this again, we do this every Tuesday. Some Tuesdays it's just me. Other Tuesdays you get fantastic folks like James here to come over and pick. I want to give a special acknowledgement to James here. He's a father of how old's Dalton right now? How old is he?
He'll be 9 months in 2 days.
Man, and you just got married to your lovely wife?
Yeah.
Life is good for you, my friend.
I can't complain, really.
All right, so we're going to do a fun heartbreak song called Raising Canyon, Texas. Yeah, man.
Just pre-check. About the time I me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee. And early in the morning, I'll find the nurse calling on the phone, saying, "No, no, Daddy, call me, baby, just don't like to hear it." There's cowboys and homicide men all night, so they do me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee.
I missed the G run altogether.
I ran out of breath.
Rain and Cane, Texas. I don't know who did that. Do you know who did that originally?
Not originally.
But Danny Paisley.
Yep.
We both heard do that version. Again, Noongrass Tuesdays. Thank you so much for being here. I see a really awesome singer on here as well. We had Bobby earlier. Barry Scott, who those of you guys don't know Barry Scott, the kind of one of the. It's Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver's years. There's been many of bands and formations of Quicksilver that were absolutely fantastic. And one of the best was when Barry Scott was their lead singer and Jamie Daly was their tenor singer. And I got to hang out and pick with him and Galax one time. Fantastic dude, fantastic singer. Barry, I'm so glad you tuned in here, man. I hope you enjoyed us butchering some stuff for you. Yeah, he's a heck of a banjo player and a picker, ain't he, Josiah? Yeah, he's all right, man. Don't say too many good things, and I gotta start paying them more. We'll go with the classic country tunes. So what you want to play on this?
I'll play this.
Play banjo? Okay. One of my favorite songs, James plays in the band with me, Justin Mason and Blue Knight, and I kind of twist his arm and get him to sing, and this is one of my favorite songs that he does, and hopefully you enjoy it. A song called Hello Trouble.
Out my window, what's that I see? Coming up the sidewalk, just a plain mistake. Oh, here comes trouble, and I never thought of you since you went away. Hello, come on in. Now we talk about heartache, where we're on it again. Ain't had no misery, since you've been gone. Well, hello, trouble, 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 welcome home. James Vickers here, special guest on the Noongrass Tuesdays. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for leaving comments. Spider, I want to say hi to her. She's that's one of the folks, Spider Vet. She's a great guitar player, singer. She plays with us a lot in the band, Justin Mason and Blue Knight, but she's also one of the nurses on the front line fighting the coronavirus. I want to say special thank you to her. Joanne, one of our good friends from over in Tampa, she thank you so much for leaving a comment. Really appreciate you tuning in.
I see that Jesse Smathers tuned in. I don't know if he's still watching, but Jesse is one of the most fantastic singers and pickers in bluegrass today. He's the lead singer, tenor singer for the Lonesome River Band. And if you get a chance to see Jesse play, even when without the Lonesome River Band, when he's doing his own stuff, Jesse Smathers, folks, check him out. He's awesome. David, I see you're on there. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what's next. We got to find out what's next here. Ready? Yeah. Here we go. Classic bluegrass song for you. On my way back to the old home. Back to the old home. Hey Jesse, thanks man. David, yeah, David, I'm telling you man, this guitar, those of you guys who don't know, this is the latest addition to my instrument family. I've been, many years ago, I got to play Mike Long guitar, and I believe it's the one Jerry Butler plays now. It's a tobacco finished Mike Long guitar. Mike Long is a fantastic instrument maker. He makes all these instruments by hand. He's been doing it for a long time. A bunch of pickers around bluegrass have one. Steve Gully, Brandon Rickman, just fantastic guitar players. Brink Brinkman has an OM model of one of Mike Long's. And for years and years, I've been wanting to have one. I could never afford one. And a friend of mine had this one, and I could finally talked him out of it after about a year and a half of trying to do so. I'm super excited about it. It's it's serial number 205. It's Mexican rosewood back and sides with a spruce top, larger sound hole, speed neck, bunch of different things. As you can see, it's really road worn. I have to talk to my buddy and see if he even kept it in the case while he was traveling around playing with all these different bands. It's on a bunch of different albums, but it has, if you've seen the pictures I have on my Facebook, it's got a lot of character, as they say. So I think it sounds good, especially in his hands. All right. So we talked about earlier doing a bunch of songs that we just love, and this song right here was Song of the Year. I think it was probably 10 plus years ago now. But hopefully you enjoy our version of it. We do it a little bit different since none of us sing like Del McCoury. Not too many human beings in the world sing like Del McCoury. So hopefully you enjoy our version of it. It's a song called Vincent Black Lightning.
hat's all for you. It's Vincent Black Lightning 1952. And I've seen you at the corners of cafes and scenes. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled on behind and down to Knoxville they did ride. Red Molly, here's room for your right hand. But I'll tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. I've fought with the law since I was 17. Now I've robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. Now I'm 21 years, I might make 22, and I don't mind dying but for the love of you. And if fate should break our ties, then I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Molly, all Sergeant Gray. They've taken young James Vickers for armed robbery. Shotgun blasted his chest, left nothing inside. Come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she came to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of road, he was running out of breath. But he smiled to see her cry. He said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. 15 to my opinion, there ain't nothing in this world beats a kid to Vincent and a red-headed girl. Now Nordens and Indians and Beezers won't do. No, they don't have soul like a Vincent could do. And he reached for her hands and slipped her the key. Said I don't have any further use for thee. But the angels on Ariel in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven, carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss and died. And he gave her his Vincent to ride.
Vincent Black Lightning there, James Vickers on the guitar. Hope you enjoyed our version of that song. This is Noongrass Tuesdays. I'm your host, Justin Mason. Again, playing the guitar and a bunch of different instruments for you, Mr. James Vickers. What you playing on this one?
I think I go back to banjo.
Go back to banjo. Okay.
You need to hire a roadie.
Just to hand us instruments.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit earlier about the Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver days with Barry Scott and Jamie Daly, and it kind of, I'm telling you, man, that was, and no offense to the current lineup or past lineups of Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver, each formation of the band had such a different kind of feel to it, and all totally, I mean, just fantastically skilled, and again, Jamie and Barry with Doyle singing together, and the folks that were in the band at the time. Jason Burry, I think, was in the band at the time. But anyway, just fantastic musicians, and I believe that's when this song started. A song called Girl from West Virginia. that song. Again, I think Jamie wrote that song. I believe.
I believe so.
I believe it is. This next song, one that I've only done a couple times. A song called "Unwanted Love."
All right. Here we go.
This next song, which one are you playing?
I don't know. Which one are you playing?
This next song is special to both of us. I'll tell you a little backstory on my side of it. When I was younger, I was just starting to learn bluegrass, and I got to travel around with my grandfather. And we, just like with my father, we drive around in the truck and go to different places and sing bluegrass songs together. And that's how my education in bluegrass kind of started. And this is one of the songs that my grandfather and my father would sing together, and now James and I get to do it, and I hope you enjoy our version of it. A song called "Pick Me Up on Your Way Down." That helps them land in the right key, right?
Yeah. Well, here goes. Another toy, and that'll take away your crown. Pick me up on your up on your way down. When you're through and all alone, when that flavor starts to pour, come on back where you belong. You may be their pride and joy, but they'll find another toy, and they'll take away your crown. Pick me up on your way down. You may be their pride and joy, but they'll find another toy, and they'll take away your crown. Pick me up on your way down.
Yeah. All right, folks. I think you're playing guitar.
Now I play.
No, mandolin.
Here, I'll hold it for you. All right. Oops.
All right, folks. We're getting toward the end of the show. You don't have to. This is just if you'd like to leave a tip. In the information section, I left the PayPal for both James and myself. Yours is paypal.me/JVICK94.
Yep.
And mine's paypal.me/JMABN. Again, it's not necessary, but James has got a lot of diapers and formula to buy, so if you'd like to donate, we'd appreciate it. Again, this is Noongrass Tuesdays. We really appreciate you guys being on here and all the people leaving messages. Hey, Joanne. Our buddies Benny, Gabe, Bub. It's cool to see all these people on here. We do appreciate you stopping by, even if it is for a song or two. Again, we're wishing we could be out there and playing in front of people and picking and singing out at a gig, but for right now, I guess this is as close as we're going to get. Yeah, it works. We're going to do a no time song. I think this was a Bill Monroe number. Hard times have been here.
I walk the rocky ruts made by Daddy's wagon, led me through a burrow to a house decayed and sagging. Stood outside the doorway of a place that I call home. Hard times have been here, but they're gone. In the backyard sat a chopping block and asked with no one chopping. Nowhere on the front porch sat a chair with no one rocking. The kitchen stove, the cook stove, sat cold and all alone. Hard times have been here, but they're gone. Now the shingles couldn't shed the water from the roof no more, and the rusty hinge had lost its strength and couldn't hold. And the weeds were growing shoulder high, where no one had swung aside. Hard times have been here, but they're gone. High upon the mantle, there was dust on Mama's Bible, and over in the meadow, Papa's plow was standing idle. It seems that everything I love turned to marble stone. Hard times have been here, but they're gone. And the shingles couldn't shed the water from the roof no more, and the rusty hinge had lost its strength and couldn't hold the door. Now the weeds were growing shoulder high, where no one had swung aside. Hard times have been here, but they're gone. Yeah, hard times have been here, but they're gone.
Great job, James.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so folks, this is our last song. Thank you so much for being here for Noongrass Tuesdays. Again, I'm Justin Mason. We do this every Tuesday. Some Tuesdays I'll get to have a guest with me, and this week, a good buddy of mine, absolute fantastic picker and singer, Mr. James Vickers. If you'd like to donate to him, again, paypal.me/lowercase j, uppercase VICK, or V is the only one that's uppercase, ICK94. It's in the comment section. I'll leave a comment again later on so you guys can see it. Again, it's not necessary, but if you'd like to, we'd appreciate a donation. All proceeds go to formula and diapers and clothes, and for him. But his kid needs them as well, you know. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed our bluegrass show. We both play with the band Justin Mason and Blue Knight, so we have videos and pictures and stuff up on our Facebook page and up on our YouTube page. So if you'd like to go there, we just added a whole bunch of videos on our YouTube page from past performances with Blue Knight this past year, actually. So you can go on there and see a bunch of videos. James, thank you so much. I think we got a switch for this one.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you being here and picking and singing with me. It's awful lonely here picking by myself. Not that I need this, but anyway. So we talked about a few times when you got a fantastic guitar player like James here, and I wanted to hear how this guitar sounded, so it was kind of selfish of me to put a bunch of guitar playing songs on here so I can hear James play it. We have a few friends that are just fantastic guitar players, and James is one of them. And I figured we'd leave you with a song that's one of my favorite songs. I believe Gordon Lightfoot originally did this song. It's his song originally, but the way James and the way Tony Rice does it, I think it's just a fantastic. It kind of translates pretty well to bluegrass, I think. And I love the story. A song called "Home from the Forest." Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy this.
Flashing in the icy wind it blows. Water slipped into his shoes and the drizzle turned to snow. His eyes are red, his hopes were dead, and the wine was running low. And the old man came home from the forest. His tears fell on the sidewalk as he stumbled in the street. Pains to stop to stare, but no one stopped to speak. For his castle was a hallway and the father was on the bed. And the old man stumbled in from the forest. Dark and dingy staircase, the old man made his way. His ragged coat around him bends upon his coffin lay. And he wondered how it happened that he ended up this way, being lost like in the forest. And as he lay there sleeping, a vision did appear. Upon his mantle shining a face of one so dear, who had loved him in the springtime of the long forgotten year, where the wildflowers do bloom in the forest. His grizzled fingers and she called him by his name. Then he heard a joyful sound of children at the gate. In an old house on the hillside, some forgotten town, where the river flows down from the forest. With the mighty roar, the big jets soar up, but the city never sleeps. So an old forgotten soldier, the dawn will come home. The old man has come home from the war.
James Vickers, folks. That's James Vickers. He's my special guest here on Noongrass Tuesdays. Thank you so much, brother, for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Again, paypal.me/JVICK94. You can donate, give him a tip. He likes money, like anybody else does. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you everybody who commented, Josiah and everybody who tuned in, Laura. Matt Melton's on here. Hey, buddy. All the folks, again, that you tuned in, even if it's just for a song, we really appreciate you hanging out. Again, we'll be doing it again next Tuesday. I'm not sure if anybody will be here next Tuesday. I'm not sure. Might get Honey to play some banjo. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thanks.